Welcome to this month's Patron's Choice video. The topic you've chosen this month is recharging. Specifically, what does recharge look like? So today I'm going to tell you a bit about what recharge looks like for me, what I find really tiring, which is the reason that I need to crash so often and spend so much time in this mode, what I find relaxing, and specifically what you can do if I'm in this mode and I don't have a lot to give in that sense. So this topic is on continuing the theme from last week's Aspie interview around having good days and bad days. So most people will see a certain side of me most of the time when I have energy. And when I don't have energy, I look very, very different to that. So what does that look like? When I run out of energy, I essentially lose the ability to make decisions and think about things. So what that will physically look like is I will often shut my eyes or defocus because it becomes really, really difficult to focus on things. So I might sort of walk around a bit squinty or resting my head on my hand or on a table or on a wall or something like that. So I lose the ability to make decisions. I lose the ability to focus with my eyes on anything. I lose the ability to speak. It's not so much that I lose it completely, it's just that speaking becomes an incredible amount of effort. And the analogy I use for that is it's kind of like I'm really tired, I'm sick in bed, I'm cozy and wrapped up, and someone rings the doorbell. And I think, that's a friend of mine, I don't want to ignore it. Do I get up and answer the door or not? So I get up, I put a dressing gown on, I put some slippers on and go and open the door, and they say, "Hi." Like, "Hi, look, I'm really sick at the moment. I just want to stay in bed. Can we talk another time?" So that's kind of how it feels to be in recharge mode for me. I actually call it zombie mode because what I can do is I can respond to things that are in my immediate vicinity. So if someone is talking to me or if someone is playing a game or something, I can respond to that. But what I can't do is actually think about things and make a decision, because essentially my decision-making part of my brain has shut down. So that brings me to talk about what is tiring and why I get into this position in the first place. And I can remember a conversation I had with a friend years ago now, and I was getting really frustrated with the fact that I am so tired so often. And he has 3 kids and he was telling me about all the stuff he was doing, and I was thinking, how on earth could someone possibly have that much energy? And he reminded me that I burn very, very brightly. So when I'm on, I'm really on, and my brain can do a lot of things very intensely. But what that means is that I use up all of my energy very quickly doing what others would kind of see as basic things. So I made a video on executive functioning a little while back and explained how sometimes it feels like I have to make so many decisions because I don't have the automatic reactions for that. So what is tiring is making decisions, especially deciding what to do next. So you can see how this plays out in social situations, for example. In an unstructured social environment, what do I do next? Who do I speak to? What do I say? All of that is really, really draining. So the other thing that's really tiring for me personally is using my eyes, especially looking at screens. So that is something that can't really be avoided very easily these days. I mean, I use my phone for almost everything. If I want to look up how to get somewhere, if I want to call someone, if I want to find some information, it's all on my phone, which is really tiring because I'm constantly having to look and focus my eyes on a screen. So I think that's some kind of visual processing thing now. I'm still trying to figure out what that is and why it makes me so tired. But one of the annoying downsides to that is because screens are so tiring, it takes away a lot of typical relaxation methods that other people use. So watching TV, going to the movies, reading a book, all of those things, I can't do them when I'm tired because I've spent all of my visual energy or something focusing, and now can't do that anymore. Okay, so what actually is relaxing? So if the opposite of making decisions is when I don't have to make a decision. So that's any kind of automatic process. So routine, for example, is very easy. I do the same thing every day, this and this and this and this and this, and I don't need to think about what's next because it's really obvious with the routine. It's actually very similar if someone else is telling me what to do. So, for example, I would never go to the gym by myself because I would need to choose what to do. Whereas if I'm in a class or something, or if in some kind of boot camp where someone is telling me exactly what to do, regardless of whether I want to do it or not, that's actually really relaxing because I don't need to think about what to do. So what that actually looks like, what I use, I go for a walk. I have a route that I often walk. I don't need to decide which way I'm going to go. I just go for a walk. That's very relaxing. I listen to music. I really love sports that I'm good at, like tennis or playing board games or card games or anything where I just don't have to make a decision. Now, interestingly, another really good way for me to not have to make a decision is to be with other people. Because if I'm in a group of other people, I don't have responsibility for anything. I don't need to decide what to do next because there are other people around and we will as a group decide what to do next. So this is actually quite counterintuitive to a lot of people, because if I'm in a space where I can't talk, I can barely open my eyes, I don't want to think about anything, that kind of gives the impression that I don't want to be around people, whereas actually the opposite is true. If I'm alone, I need to decide everything for myself. And if I do want to be alone and I want to follow a routine or I want to do something that I know is relaxing, I can go off and do that by myself. And that's really easy for me. So if I put myself in a situation where there are other people, it means that I want to be around those other people. And sometimes it's not received very well. So I made a video called Offensive Behavior when I'm tired, and other people don't always know how to respond to me in that situation because I'm kind of giving off mixed messages. I want to be around, but I don't want to talk to you. Like, how does that work? So essentially what I want from you when I'm in that situation is I want to be accepted as I am. I want to be able to be in a situation and belong to that situation without having to do anything. So I can actually respond really well. So it might look like I'm not paying attention to anything, but actually I'm picking up everything that's going on and I'm going to respond probably physically. So I might not be talking, but I'll still be communicating. And I think one of the reasons that I really enjoy that space is because I don't want to feel as though when I'm tired, I'm not allowed to be around people. Because that would introduce an extra level of social anxiety because I get tired really quickly. I get tired really suddenly sometimes. And so if I had to plan an escape route every time, just in case maybe I don't have the energy to keep up this mask in this situation, then that would be really draining, just preparing for that and worrying about that. So if I know that if at any time I really need a break, I can take a break. If at any time I need to just put my head on the table while everyone else is having a conversation and have a 15-minute power nap, which has happened, then I can do that. And it's really relaxing for me, and I'll wake up 15 minutes later and I'll be fresh and ready to go again. Anyway, so hopefully you're getting a bit of a sense of this. I guess one of the reasons that I'm passionate about sharing this is because it's very hard for a lot of people to see me, standing here talking to you moderately eloquently. I seem to have everything together. Can you imagine me being nonverbal and, having my brain hurt at the concept of a question like, what would you like for dinner? Like, it's just that hurts my brain when I have to think about it, when I don't have the energy to think about it. So anyway, so this is what I look like when I recharge. Thanks for watching. If you would like to have your say in next month's Patron's Choice video, you can become a cup of coffee supporter of this channel for less than $1 a week. So consider that if you want. I also want to acknowledge that I know everyone recharges differently, so maybe let me know how it is for you in the comments. And if you have an Aspie friend, why don't you ask them, how do you recharge? What do you do? What do you look like? And you might find a whole new side of a person that you haven't seen before. So that's been this video on what does recharge look like, and hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again another time. Bye. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for weekly content just like this one. If you'd like to get even more involved, you can join the discussion on social media or support me by becoming a patron. Finally, I value your time, and you'll notice all my videos are ad-free, so please help me to cover what you want to hear by leaving me a comment and telling me what you think. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you another time.